great day today. Happy Friday. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Ow. Okay, I'm doing good. How are you guys? Okay, well, there would have to be an Internals Affairs investigation to Roy. Uh, just playing some Red Dead, having some fun today. I should probably check my moon a little bit. Check it last time.
Hello there. Jeez.
Did I finish the Lane War? No, we're about to get up into the arson part of the game, but we haven't, either tomorrow or Sunday, Joker. The K5 lore videos coming out. What era would you say a mafia was the most powerful? In the US, 1920s. I remember that episode of SpongeBob also, Wasabi Guy. That's an old episode, but I remember it. That one, yep. No, I'm not, Dance. What's up, Pro in chat? Hey, James Gaming, how are you, man? Well, that demotion is coming up soon, Maurice. No, I haven't, Rommel. I'm playing on console, and it's because I'm mostly used to console, but also because... But also, I will say this, is, console really, I don't have to worry about, like, modders. You know, in a lot of video games. When I get my own place, I will, get me a girl cat and name her Sana. I defeated the 3 men and left the... Wait, what? What, Terry? Thank you for sponsoring my channel for 2 years. You look like a mafia boss. I'm not a mafia boss, but... Yes, thank you. No, I've never seen Mad Men, but I know it's that show that takes place in the 1950s. I know. I'm doing good, Boom. How are you, man? Cause damage in the... Okay. Lever action pistol. Weird design, right? Oh, crap. Hold on. Ah, crap. I didn't get to him in time. Keep mentioning these items like ads. Wait, what? What items? What are you talking about? I'll go as far as to say the cheesy, street, chalupa with the slow roasted chicken is Taco Bell's best LTD item. If you hadn't had it, go snag one. You're welcome. Okay, Blinded Eagle. Easy street chalupa. I will remember that one. Usually, whenever I have Taco Bell, though, I like their, I do like their soft tacos. Am I enjoying SOJ? Wait, what's SOJ? Oh, so you mean Spirit of Justice? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I'm gonna have the next part up tomorrow, also. Tomorrow I'll have the next part of it up, also.
You fool!
What's your question, MJ?
Not for me.
I've never been to the Netherlands. Chicken or beef? It depends on what dish. When it comes to, like, burgers, I would prefer a hamburger over, like, a chicken patty, for example. But when it comes to, like, steak or, you know, I probably would prefer chicken over steak. Oh, for tacos? I prefer beef. Can I be your consigliere if you stop drug trade in Naples and Passionate is the most powerful mafia ever? Well, I'm good. I would not want to be in a mafia family, and regardless, is consiglieres are only Italians also. So you're not gonna have a consigliere in a family that's not an Italian. Well, I mean, I guess it was in Godfather 1, but that's a rare instance. Thank you, Eddie, for the super chat. What was the biggest mistake a killer in Ace Attorney made? In the original Phoenix Wright trilogy, I think it's in the second game. I forget the name of the case, but it's that one case where it's like that imposter, the tiger guy who pretends to be Phoenix Wright, and Phoenix, I remember he brings up like the guy's medicine and says this is the poison bottle, and then the killer says the poison bottle isn't that, it was a different color. And only the killer would know that, and so basically he caught the killer in a lie there, and got the killer to basically admit it. Recipe for Turnabout. It's in the third game. Oh, it's a third game. Okay, yep. Yeah, it's when Phoenix basically tricks Tigray. That was it. That was the stupidest mistake a killer made.
Why on earth are
When we get to 5 minutes, let's deliver the target. Yes, I will, and I will do a video on that too, yes. Leonara Johnson murder.
Of course.
Got room in the posse? Yeah, do I have you added on my, hang on. I'll invite people who aren't in here yet. What criminals are most likely to return to the scene of the crime? Arsonists. Are there any other GTA 3 lore videos? Yeah, I could make one on the gangs that Claude pissed off. I could do that one. Can you do the New York City accent? Yeah, hey, how you doing? How you doing? That's that one. What's your question, Chloe? A lore video on Sniper Elite? Yes, I wanted to do one on Operation Foxley. The Sniper Elite lore video that I've wanted to make for some time. But right now, I want to finish up these playthroughs, because I got so many playthroughs that I'm doing. And once I basically just focus on one playthrough, because I got 4 or 5 games that I'm doing at once. Once I get these playthroughs done, then it'll be a lot easier for me to put out these lore videos. Would I consider veganism? No. I don't have anything against vegans, but I'm just a meat eater. The worst detective game I've ever played? I don't know. No, I can't do a British accent. Yeah, what's your question, Isaiah? Wait, what do you mean, wasabi guy? Just deliver the target, I guess, then. If I missed a question, to say it again, it's easier. Yeah, if I missed your question, just post it again. And I'll eventually see it. Yeah, anyone can join my game. But I would have to invite you, because it is a private session. I feel you, bro. Take your time. My brother and I enjoy your videos and thank you, Rummel Smith. Thanks, man. What do I think of the POG, aka ICJ, ICC? Wait, do you mean the International Criminal Court? Is that what you're talking about specifically? The ICC, is that what you mean? Am I getting it right, or? Thank you, Luca, for the super chat.
Je suis content de vous revoir. Au travail.
I know that movie is free to watch on YouTube. That movie, the Naked City, that was that the LA Noire case was based on. It's like a 1948 detective movie. I gotta watch it one day.
I would drink this myself.
I do actually like watching some of those old movies. Even though some of those old movies are cheesy, they're cheesy in like a good way. International Criminal Court. I think the International Criminal Court, I think they have good intentions and I think a good heart, but in reality they are useless. There's a lot of these people that they charge, they can't do anything about it. Like, you know, they might be able to prosecute these people, but they're not going to really be able to do anything about it. And a lot of countries are not going to cooperate with them too, so Alright. Damn. Not only are you different from other gamers, but you're also different from 99% of YouTubers. Why is that? What makes me different? The hardest game I ever played? Recently, it was Rise of the Ronin. I would say definitely Rise of the Ronin is the hardest game that I've recently played. Yeah, Rise of the Ronin was very challenging. There was times when I played Rise of the Ronin and I was raging because of how difficult it was. You're not scummy like the others, so thank you. Thank you, man. And now I'm having some bad luck. Damn, die. Okay.
It's all over for you, you bastard.
What do I think is the weakest era for the Mafia? Probably today. Do I have you added, Blade Ace? Yeah, that's what I find is weird, that pizza delivery mission's in an 11-year-old game. It is weird, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, Professional, you're the best YouTuber, and you're so honest and really professional and passionate. Is the most, and literally professional and passionate is the most powerful Mafia boss because they have 756 members. Wait, in what, in that TV show that you watch? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I like, soft and somber lyrical music? And yes, it's put together by an AI. I'm sorry if that ruins it for you, but I have no talent to do it myself. Soft and somber lyrical music? I actually don't even know what that is. I'm not a music guy. You explain it more to me? Who wins in a fight between Marrow from Saints Row 2 and Killbane from Saints Row 3? Maybe Killbane, because he's an expert fighter. Wait, what's the film called for L.A. Noire? The Naked City. It's an actual real movie.
Hell are you wearing?
Oh, well, Blade Ace. I would have to add you after the stream then. What's up, Pro? How do I study for an IQ test? I have an on Tuesday. What do you need to take an IQ test for? That's kind of weird, that you would need to take an IQ test. Is this, like, for school, or is this for, like, a job, or what? But the best way to practice for an IQ test is to take free IQ tests online. Just Google free IQ test, and you can take them, and you can see what type of questions they answer, and you can kind of prepare yourself for what they're going to, ask you. The Boys. I know it's that show of Homelander. Oh, well, I don't know then, YCM. The others are scummy, you're not. Thank you, Joker. It's for a disability I have, so they consider my mental state. The government is requiring you to take an IQ test. So that's the, first time I've heard about something like that. I'm not sure then, dude. No, I don't watch the Olympics opening ceremony.
Pardon.
Stillwater Creek. Let's go there. Can I ask you a question? Can I tell you something about Mickey Cohen? I'm passionate drug trafficking, construction, and gambling is worth billions of liars or liras. Wait, what? Life MJ? I have beat Mafia Definitive Edition on Expert. I don't know. I don't remember what difficulty I played it on. The Omertas seemed a lot more tough than the Triggermen. Classic difficulty, huh? Thank you, Pro Zero. Thank you for sponsoring my channel. Thanks, man. This might be a bit annoying to find this guy here. No, I never really went camping. I think I beat it on Classic, didn't I? I think I beat Mafia Definitive Edition on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, this is more annoying. We gotta look for the target, try to find him here. The... Not really, Luca, no. The Call of Duty... A lot of the Call of Duty games had Americans as villains in them, too. I wouldn't call them, like, American propaganda. Basically, music that is slow, usually piano music, and meant to be relaxed. I'm asking because I made a song and I kind of want to share it. If you aren't interested, I understand. You can share it with me. I'll listen to really any kind of music. How do you explain the no Russian mission then? Well, it was meant to introduce the It was meant to introduce like the you know, the main villain Makarov in the game. But look, you know, like if the old Call of Duty games were like purely American propaganda, then you would not have a Russian main character in Modern Warfare 3. Because in Modern Warfare 3, the main character, Yuri, that you played for more than like half of the missions in the game was Russian. He was the main character in Modern Warfare 3. There was plenty of good Russians in those games, and there was also evil American characters like General Shepard, for example. So, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say those games are like American propaganda. No, I haven't been practicing Wasabi Guy. I should get back on it, though. Is there any way to join your session? Well, I'd have to have you added. Thank you, Pro Zero, for also being a member. What rank do I recommend for Blood Money? You mean in Red Dead Online? Once you pretty much finish everything. Bounty Hunter, Collector, but I mean, it's really something you can start at any level. I think you really even need a roll, but... Hey, I hope you're doing well. I went in for a job interview today, and I think I did pretty well. Hopefully I get the job. Well, I hope everything works out good for you, Ed. Aternus. Thanks, man. Doom, that's a requested playthrough, too. Wants me to upgrade to post longer videos when I try to post on Twitter. Something else I can do? Oh, I don't know, then. Bro, what do you think of the GTA 5 pause menu music? I never really listened to it that much, but I think that out of all of the games, I think the Ballad of Gay Tony has the best pause menu music. Like the Ballad of Gay Tony, like if you just pause it on that, it's like the best pause music out of all of them. Thank you, 5 Caps Films. Hey, Professional and Mr. Super Chat. I'm sorry, Mitchell. Let me look. I missed it. Let me go back here. Oh, well, that pizza, hang on. That pizza video is nearly like 30,000 views. I didn't expect it to get that many views. So thank you guys for the support. Mitchell, did you make a super chat? I don't see it here, but regardless, what is it that you want to ask me? Oh well, I'm not sure then 5 caps film. I'm sorry it's doing that to you. I would contact YouTube support about that. Well, I'm gonna be playing Metal Gear Solid and then also Bounty Hunter. Star Wars Bounty Hunter in August. Hello, Patrick. How have you been? Wasn't on your stream in a while. Well, hello, man. How do I say your name again? I what text is that in? Is that Russian, Belarusian, or Ukrainian? How do I say your name again? It's the one with the Ace Attorney avatar. Bro, should I join the United States Marine Corps? I'm considering it, but I don't know if it'll be worth it. What do you think? It's ultimately your choice, but just know that if you're going to be joining the Marines, you're going to be making, a commitment for probably several years. But just know that about the Marine Corps. What would you say to the communists that say that all the horrible things that happen in communist countries are American Western propaganda? I would tell them to go live in a communist country. I did want to join the army at one point, yes, when I was a kid. There's another Hitman elusive target? Who's the new Hitman elusive target? Is it the Conor McGregor one? Tim or Jam is fine. It's Russian. Okay, Tim or Jam. Okay. Did I see it? No, I don't think I saw it, Mitchell. What's your question? I was saying I heard that Watch Dogs remastered with the cut content for the game. Play it again. Here's my chat. Yeah, I would, if Watch Dogs got a remaster, I would definitely play it again. I love Watch Dogs. Do you think anyone can get good at math? People can get good at anything. No, I haven't, Gunner. I'm on a PS5, but I'm playing the PS4 version of Red Dead Redemption 2. Why does the army have the lowest joining rate during these times? The head of the British Army said that their army, good strength. Yes, I will tell you this. The United States military has the lowest recruitment numbers in decades. This is the lowest recruitment numbers they've had since the Vietnam War ended. So when the Vietnam War ended and the draft was abolished, this is the lowest time since, like, over 50 years that they've had. But honestly, to me, it's not that surprising. It's not that surprising that recruitment rates are just so down. And And the primary reason that recruitment rates are just so down is I would say there's three reasons. I would say the first reason is that veterans are basically treated like crap by their government. The government doesn't take care of the veterans. Like, if you just look at the VA, people see homeless veterans, they see what veterans are dealing with, and they say, like, I become a veteran and, I serve for years. Is my government going to abandon me like this? So that's basically one of the factors. The second reason is that all the stupid wars. I would say that, literally, the Iraq War probably did the most amount of damage to recruitment goals. Like, just recruiting them in the military, the Iraq War probably did the most damage to that. And then, like, the disaster that happened in the Afghan War definitely contributed to people joining the military. And I would say, like, constant U.S. military intervention in countries like Libya and Syria, it basically pushed people away, saying, like, I don't want to get involved in these, like, these affairs of other countries, because honestly, when I've heard people say that they want to join the military, I'm not disrespecting veterans at all by any means when I say this, but when I heard people say that they want to join the military, the number one reason I hear is people want to serve their country. I never hear, oh, I want to, like, get involved in, like, Syria or Libya civil war. I never hear that. But unfortunately, that's what the U.S. government is going to have you doing. Is it's going to be having people constantly intervening, soldiers intervening in, like, random affairs of other countries, like, halfway across the planet. And the thing is, if there's, like, some kid that just joins right out of high school and, they want to pay for college, they don't want to join the U.S. military to get sent to, like, Syria and, like, and fight in, like, a conflict they know nothing about. So, like, they don't want something like that. They want to join the military to serve their country primarily, not to get involved in foreign affairs of, like, countries that are, so far away. And the third reason that people are not joining the military is because the current generation of veterans are not encouraging their kids to sign up. That's another reason. Because what would usually happen is veterans would encourage their kids to sign up, would tell the younger generation, like, join the military, go do it. But now, like, the current generation of veterans are not encouraging any people to really join the military anymore, and so that has an effect on it also. That's probably the reasons that I would say is for it. Well, yeah, look, I have always said this. I've always said this. I love veterans. I love the soldiers. I have tremendous respect for the soldiers, but I hate the generals. The people who are in charge, I cannot stand those people. So, like, I have nothing against veterans. I support veterans 100%. But it's, like, the people that are in charge. Like, the stupid generals that, like, get involved in these other countries' affairs. And then you have, like, the military-industrial complex and the stupid politicians. Those are the people that make the military look bad. But, like, the regular soldier's a good guy or a good girl. But, like, it's, like, the, it's just American foreign policy has just been a disaster, especially lately. Hey, professional, you need to do a crazy current events video about a cop that's stamped on a man's face while lying flat on the ground in Manchester, UK. What? Wait, what? That's... Okay, that's... Did the guy survive? What happened?
Everyone, in here, please. Your reward.
Are the generals responsible for the Afghan withdrawal? I would say the generals and the politicians are responsible for the disaster that happened in Afghanistan. I don't blame the soldiers for what happened in Afghanistan. I blame the generals and the politicians. What Dead Rising, what psychopath in Dead Rising do you sympathize the most with? Cliff, probably. How do you prepare your cosplays? Before I start a playthrough, I get a cosplay ready in advance. How accurate is GTA 4's drivers to New York? Pretty accurate, that people turn without signaling in New York.
Good to see you.
Well, that was only one of them, Platinum.
Bonjour, patron. Au travail.
Okay, it's been half produced. How can anyone get good at math? I guess practice. And also, this is another thing about something is to get good at something, you have to enjoy it to a degree. To get truly good at something. If you want to truly master something, you have to want to like it. You have to enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's going to be a lot harder to get good at something. So you have to also, to a degree, enjoy what you're doing. You know, I'll tell you guys something crazy about the drivers in New York. In 2020, for Thanksgiving in 2020, I visited my family, and I drove from the Midwest to New York, and I drove that huge long distance, like 1,500 miles. And what happened was, when I got to New York, and I drove into Manhattan, and by the time I got to Manhattan, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was driving through Manhattan. And as I was driving through Manhattan, I encountered 3 stupid drivers in, like, less than 2 minutes. Basically, there was one guy that just drove right past me. He drove through a red light intersection. Like, just drove through the red light. And then there was a second guy who cut me off. Like, literally cut me off right in front of me and almost hit me. Then there was a third guy who was driving with no lights on. No lights. I get that Manhattan has, like, a lot of lights, but you should still be driving with lights on. It's night. And so that's like one guy without lights on, one guy who cut me off nearly hitting me, and one guy who drove through a red light. So, and that happened in less than a 5-minute period of me driving through Manhattan. So that's what I'll tell you about New York drivers, is that some people in New York can be really, really bad drivers. Oh, yeah, there are many stupid drivers I encounter every day. It's ridiculous. Yep. You should see Florida drivers. I've been to Florida one time a long time ago. Like 11 years ago. It's been some time, man. I really don't use the Edge controller much anymore, though. I like the jury system the most in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Like, I really like the jury system in that game. And so it's unfortunate that they got rid of it in Dual Destiny. So, is the next case that I'm doing, by the way, Tom? Is it a good case? The next case, the one that I'm up to right now. It's the 3rd case in Spirit of Justice. The person on the front cover is Maya. I know that. So I don't know if it's Maya who gets accused of murder or what happens. But is the 3rd case a good one? Because that's the next one that I'm doing. Wait, what's wrong, Life with MJ? What do you think is the best case in Spirit of Justice without spoiling it? Which case number? Out of 1 through 5, and then there's also the special episode. Well, do you know what I will tell you is, do you know what the worst drivers that I've ever seen are? And the worst drivers that I've seen, personally, in my life, and, I'm trying not to stereotype here, but the worst drivers that I've ever seen are the people who drive those pickup trucks, like those Dodge Ram pickup trucks. Like when you see those things, the Dodge Ram pickup trucks and like those big Ford pickup trucks, like those things, the Chevrolet pickup trucks, like those. Those guys I've seen are the worst drivers. Like when I see those guys, and it's been like literally more than half the time when I see like those pickup trucks, the person driving them is like a really bad driver. Like the Dodge Ram, like does anybody else agree with me? The Dodge Ram pickup trucks, like literally, they're such bad drivers, and they literally they are so aggressive on the road. It's like on the highway, you will be going the speed limit on the highway, and those Dodge Ram pickup trucks, they will come up right behind you. Like, they'll tailgate you. They'll be right behind you, and then they'll cut you off. Like, they'll literally be right behind you, and they'll be pressuring you to go faster. They'll be honking at you. They'll be cutting you off like crazy. Like, when I'm driving from the Midwest to New York, or I'm driving from New York to the Midwest, it's those Dodge Ram pickup trucks that always scare me the most on the highway. Because those people drive like maniacs. They literally are driving like so, they're driving so quickly. And I was visiting one of my friends. One of my friends, he lives in Pennsylvania. And I was visiting him last year. And I was driving through, I don't know if they're mountains or if they're hills, what they're called. They were kind of like higher ground, so I guess maybe mountains. But when I was driving through there, it was like these small roads in like these towns, and those Dodge Ram pickup trucks were like literally right behind me, like honking at me. Like I was going a tiny bit over the speed limit, and they were still honking at me. It was scaring the crap out of me. Like they were constantly pressuring me to get out of the way. And it was and I'll say those guys, those Dodge Ram pickup trucks. I don't know why those Dodge Ram pickup trucks are just so aggressive on the road. It's just whenever I see those things, like I get whenever I just see a Dodge Ram pickup truck on the highway, I get scared. Because it's just how crazy I've seen them get. They have to overcompensate, huh? But do you guys agree with me? Like, is it just me, or does anybody seen what I'm talking about with those Dodge Ram pickup trucks that, like, literally they're such aggressive drivers? I'm in the UK, so I don't know. Well, I don't think do you guys even have Dodge Ram pickup trucks in the UK? Maybe you have something similar, but yeah, those are like the biggest pickup trucks that we have in America, and yeah. Yeah, it's the Dodge Ram pickup trucks. Like I said, they're just extremely aggressive. Hong Kong drivers are really bad as well. Some people are really aggressive, huh? Well, I've never seen Hong Kong traffic before, but I can imagine because it's such a high populated city that there's going to be massive amounts of traffic jams. Is what Henry Arnett did to Julia be called murder by proxy? No, it's murder. It's if you pay somebody. Here's the thing is, in most states, in a lot of states in America, if you pay somebody to kill somebody else, you're gonna get a bigger punishment than the people who killed them. So if the hitman gets caught, the hitman is still going to prison for pretty much the rest of his life too, but you're gonna get a harsher punishment than the hitman, because if you were the one who ordered the hit, you were the one who planned out the whole thing, you just basically paid somebody to do it for you, you're gonna get a heavier punishment than the person who actually carried it out. But honestly, I will tell you that Henry Arnett was just an idiot, because if Henry Arnett was like scared that Julia was going to like rat him out to the police, he could have just ratted her out. He could have just said, okay, if you betray me, I'll betray you. That's all he had to do. Literally is, honestly is, the guy stole so much money, he stole so many valuables, like, that guy had a lot of money, like, he could have just quit, he could have just stopped, but he was scared of loose ends, and also, you can tell that Henry Arnett is not the brightest bulb, because he got the two biggest idiots to carry out the murder, too. And he lied about being in the war. I don't think he lied about being in the military. I do think he was in the military, but I don't think he was in the war. That's what I think. Because when you open up his case, he has a military uniform in the case, and he has an M1 Garand in the in his house. So chances are he probably was in the military, but he probably never served. Maybe he was in National Guard. Maybe that's what he was. He might have. He definitely never fought in World War II. Are you doing Watch Dogs Bad Blood? Yes, I will do it, but that's gonna be like later in August. Well, the doctor killing himself was so pointless. But here's the thing: is the doctor was gonna go to jail for a long time because even though he didn't have anything to do with Julia's murder, he ended up getting a lot of people robbed because of his connections. So he helped plan out a lot of those robberies. And the thing is, if anybody got hurt or died in those robberies, the doctor would have been held liable for that. He was an old man. He was like 56, I think he was. So he would not have been in. He would have been in prison for pretty much the rest of his life, and he was going to lose his clinic. He was going to lose, his doctor's license. He was going to lose everything. His wife was probably going to divorce him, probably take, the house and everything like that. So he just wanted to end his life. That was pretty much it. That's why he I wasn't very surprised when he jumped out the window. I wasn't very surprised that happened.
Looky here. Dog brought me a bone. Cells are downstairs.
How do you pronounce same? Same.
Old-fashioned blood money.
I think that the art style in Ace Attorney Investigations looks good. I'm excited for it. I think what I will say about Roy though, the smartest thing that Roy did is when he told the doctor's secretary to tell him that Henry Arnett is here. That was the smartest thing that he. Jumping in. What's my favorite Sniper Ghost Warrior game? Probably Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. Because I actually like the open world in Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. Another collectible in here somewhere. Or in here, I'll take. Where's the other collectible? I hear it. It's in here somewhere. Rum. I don't know where this collectible is. Now I'm just confused. Has anyone found the other collectible?
Well, you could blow me down.
Yeah, just repeat the question, MJ. Oh, where? I might just give up looking for the collectible, but it was here somewhere. Oh, trade in your BMW for a Ram truck. No, I could never drive something like a Ram truck. I could never do. Oh, you found it? Okay. Found it, thank you. It was down here. This is what I was looking for. Collectible. Okay, thank you, General. Okay. What about major scandals with the top leaders in the military? Well, you have to give me an example. What are you talking about specifically?
Someone put you up to wearing that?
Is this true that the Take-Two CEO said he's afraid the newest game is going to get review bombed? No. Well, I don't know if he said that, but companies don't need to worry about their games being review bombed, because if the game is very positive and people like it, the amount of positive reviews are always going to drown out the review bombs. So review bombs only happen if there is something like really bad about the game. If there's something like actually bad with the game, then the game's going to get review bombed. So, like, for example, like Saints Row Reboot got review bombed. And that was because just how terrible the characters were. I'm gonna try to have it out tomorrow. If it's not out tomorrow, Luca, it'll be out Sunday. The script is completely done for the lore video, by the way. All I gotta do is record a few more lines to it. You know, I wish that you could just do the pizza missions as much as possible, because I would do, like, a stream going for $500,000 for just pizza. I would do something like that. I would torture myself with that. GTA 6 is not going to get review bombed. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I think might get review bombed? I don't think GTA 6 is going to get review bombed. What I think is going to get reviewed bombed is GTA 6 Online. GTA Online 2, that's probably what it's going to be called. It's probably going to be called GTA Online 2. That's probably going to get review bombed. But GTA 6 itself is probably not going to get review bombed. Wait, what's up, Wasabi guy? What's wrong? Nobody's back here.
Hey, who is it?
Already found him.
Shit, that's them! Stop, damn you! Holy shit! You best make yourself known quick!
Hey, get yourself gone! You don't. It's time for you to go.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what the
Y'all
hell?
move in.
Good Lord.
Guys, I need help over here.
You unbind me now, I mean it. Good job.
Bastard.
You're surrounded. You're gonna be so sorry.
I'll cut your fingers up. What was that for?
Somebody get a wagon.
Hope I don't get myself free.
You're gonna pay for this.
Good Lord.
Red Dead Online is my poker simulator, that's why it exists, huh?
What in all hell?
Somebody watch the other guys. Unless we get a wagon, we're gonna have to bring them in each one by one like this. New car? Wait, what new car?
Ah, come
Put him in a
on!
cell and we'll talk about compensation.
I know there was supposed to be a Saints Row prequel, but it's a shame that it never got released. You know, I wonder if some of the developers of Saints Row, if they go back like looking at the game and they're like, we had like a gold mine and we ruined it, like thinking like that they had like a good game there, but then they just messed it up. Okay, I'll put this one on my horse. Make this easier too. Fans, we want Michael DLC Rockstar Pizza Time. And like I said, like did you guys agree with me what I said on the pizza video, that I'm not necessarily against them adding like the pizza missions, but I think it's weird, right? That like shouldn't this have been something that should have been added to the game like day one, like not like, you know, years later when we're like, you know, multi-millionaire like criminals running these various drug empires and these gun running empires, then we get this. Why don't you get a real job instead of grinding a game? Well, YouTube is my job. I also, you know, run rental properties, so, you know, I have multiple, you know, sources of income.
What gives?
What's your problem?
Can too much realism hurt an open world game? Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is fine with realism, but I meant even more realistic in Red Dead Redemption 2. To a degree, realism can hurt a game. It can get annoying. I think that a perfect example is like Fallout 4 survival mode. Like, Fallout 4 survival mode, like, you have to constantly eat, you have to constantly sleep, like, your character gets tired really quickly, you can get sick really fast. I think, like, stuff like that in games, I think, can get really annoying. I guess it depends if you want the difficulty on. What's your question, Ryan? Oh, I'm sorry I missed your super chat. Will I do a playthrough for Red Dead Redemption 2? I have done a playthrough before, but I can do another one. I can revisit it again. I can do that.
I'm getting tired of this.
You have a problem?
Rank all GTA protagonists from weakest to strongest. Who would be the weakest GTA protagonist? don't know. I'd have to... I mean, all of them are really tough. I'll do High on Red Dead Redemption 2, I believe. Usually I play a good guy in video games. The only 2 games that I play like a really evil character is Skyrim and Fallout. Like, the Fallout games, I usually play a pretty evil guy, and also in Skyrim, I play a pretty evil character, too. You forget the graffiti activity in GTA Online. Graffiti activity? What are you talking about? You can build muscle eating meaty pizzas. I guess, because pizza does have protein, technically.
Cut me loose, goddammit!
What is Lance Vance's biggest weakness, from GTA Vice City or Vice City Stories? Easy. His narcissism. Lance cannot admit that he's wrong. That's the thing about it.
Oh, hell!
Less gruesome business bringing them in alive. This part, at least. I got your bounty money here.
Yeah, they probably would have Platinum. But Micah was probably ready for that. He only helped them to buy him some time. Okay, Orion.
How are you?
Yeah, you're referencing what, Kent Rosenberg said.
Dispatch is parfait. We can ship it whenever.
Au travail.
Let's sell this.
Faites attention. The time has come, yes? The new batch is prepared, and these buyers are worth impressing, yes? I have done my part. Now you must do yours. I have prepared.
Can you guys
something,
believe that it's been 3 years since
superior.
this game got abandoned?
Something
Right, 3
that will
years.
bring them crawling back for more. And now you must let nothing stand in your way, not even the revenue men. So, on your way, hein? Bonne route.
What if Aiden Pierce went after Batman's criminals? Well, they'd probably all be dead. What's my favorite Rockstar video game? GTA 4. Yeah, GTA 4, I would say. I just like the New York setting and the dark and gritty atmosphere. Well, like I said, is, Zach, the only difference between Micah and Dimitri, Lily, the only difference is that Micah is at least not a coward, where Dimitri is. That's why I would say it's the only difference between them. Thank you, Zach. Okay, Phoenix. Well, he's there. They're not, that guy isn't my friend, but look, the strikes, I don't think the strikes are gonna have that much of an impact on GTA 6. Am I gonna do any lore videos in LA Noire? Yes. I do have a really good lore. I have 2 lore videos actually planned. And one of the lore videos, in one of the cases in LA Noire, one of the people that you actually arrested was actually not guilty. So they didn't actually do anything. They didn't break any of the laws. And I'm not talking about the homicide murders. It's not in the homicide cases. It's one of the earlier cases before that. It's one of the people who did it was actually framed. And I'll actually do a lore video explaining that, basically. Because a lot of players don't notice it when they play through it, but I'll have a video explaining one of the cases in the game. There's something not right with it. Like, when I was looking at the evidence, there was just something not right with it, and I'll explain basically what I think. I'm not talking about the homicide cases, by the way. There's one other case that something was not right with the evidence. I know what case you're talking about. Well, don't spoil it then, Guilted, Guiltend. I'll listen to really any kind of music. I like the podcast stream about the Dead Rising remake. Thank you, man. Well, what do you mean, Nathaniel? I don't understand. Oh, thank you, Phoenix. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm gonna have the next part of Ace Attorney up soon, also. If you explore around camp, you can see how Micah is much of a scumbag. Like, for example, Micah was racist to Alejandro and Charles. And, oh yeah, he was a scumbag to Jack, too. Micah also talks about his racist father, I know that. He's, like, very proud of him. He talks about, like, parts of it that you can hear. Like, I never had that in my playthrough, but, like, I watched a video where, like, Micah was talking about his father. Didn't Micah kill Jack's dog? I think he did. It's kind of funny and stupid at the same time that they aren't going to make a Saints Row 2 remake, because that would be Deep Silver admitting that they were wrong about what they thought of Saints Row 2022. And look, I will tell you something about this, is these politically correct developers will never admit that they are wrong. They will never admit it. Like, even if they lose a huge fortune, even if they lose a lot of money, the politically correct developers will never admit that they were wrong. They will never admit that they made a mistake. And you can see that perfectly with DICE. DICE is another developer that people don't talk about a lot, but DICE went fully politically correct with Battlefield 5. Anybody remembers Battlefield 5? Battlefield 1 was such a loved game. People loved Battlefield 1 so much. And what happened was when they were doing a World War II game, people were excited that they were gonna, now it's gonna be a World War II game. They thought this was gonna be, so much better than Battlefield 1. But
Hey, you can't be.
crap, let me.
I mean it. Get the hell out of here.
Hogtie, there we go. So basically, the problem with Battlefield 5 is that Battlefield 5 had like female soldiers in like the American and British and German army, which made no sense because that did not happen in World War II. You had no women soldiers fighting in the American or the British army. You had like women that were like contributing to like the war effort 100%. Like for example, like I know Queen Elizabeth, she was like a mechanic during like World War II, I think. But it was but like women would oftentimes play like roles of like nurses or like maybe some kind of tech mechanics, stuff like that, like maybe building stuff in factories. But when it came to like the American army and like the British army and the German army, they didn't fight in those armies. And there was the one army that had women in it was kind of the German army, but that was literally like the last few weeks of World War II. It was maybe like in Europe. So like right when Germany was like about to completely collapse, like the last 2 or 3 weeks of Nazi Germany, there were some women that were in the German army because Germany was pretty much like drafting everyone. They were conscripting everyone. But other than that, there was really no women in the Western armies. There was women that fought in World War II, but the women that fought in World War II, they were mostly in the Soviet army. Like the Soviet army had over 1 million women that fought in combat roles. Like over 1 million soldiers that fought in combat roles. Like they had like female fighter pilots, they had like female tank crews, female snipers. And so the thing I don't get about this, if they wanted to make like a story about like a female like soldier during World War II, why didn't they do like playing as like a female sniper, female Soviet sniper, something like that? Like that would have that would have had much more historical relevance. It would have been a much more believable story. But it just the route that they went was specifically in like Battlefield 5. It's like pissed people off a lot. It annoyed them. And also, I will say that a lot of women also fought in the resistance. So in the French resistance, like the Dutch resistance, like the Polish resistance, for example. There's plenty of like women fighters in that. But when it came to like the the American, British, and German army, no, there wasn't, and especially not the Japanese army. Like they added like female Japanese like soldiers in the Battlefield 5 DLC, which was just stupid when you look at something like that. And this isn't sexist. Like the developers were trying to make it seem like it was sexist. Like people were just like not liking female characters. It's not about that. It was the fact that it was like historically like inaccurate, and they were claiming that this was like a historically accurate game. They were claiming this is an authentic like historically World War II game. So it was extremely disrespectful to a lot of the people that fought in the war. And like I said, is that if they added like female characters in the Soviet army, like nobody would have cared. Like there wouldn't have been that backlash that they had. But they had like such huge backlash, and they went fully politically correct, and they attacked the fans. And they basically said, oh, we're going to be on the right side of history. The developer said that. We're going to be on the right side of history. These fans are sexist. They're on the wrong side of history. And then what ended up happening is the Battlefield 5, like, the sales just plummeted. It plummeted because people boycotted the game. People said, I'm not, going to buy this. I'm not going to play this if the developer, treats me like this. I got Battlefield 5 when it was finally up for free with PS Plus. That's when I finally got it. But it was, other than that, I didn't end up buying it because of that. And so, the developer, they made the game, like, half off, only, like, a week or 2 weeks after the game came out, but they never apologized. They never said that they were wrong, and so that's what I'll say, is that the, yeah, that is really what I will say about this, is that, that these politically correct developers will never admit that they were wrong. They will never admit that they made a mistake. It's never gonna happen. So, literally, that's just basically it. Is they will never admit that they made a mistake. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, I heard about that. Rockstar wasn't in charge of making L.A. Noire.
Curtain down on this fool.
Oh, what the?
You gonna get bushwhacked, boy. Try to make it a good time before I finish you. Boy, I'm right here. If you have any gold teeth, they're mine. Get your left load out, you hear?
There we go. Yeah, well, like I said, it's the developers being ignorant and they're not going to apologize. And so the Saints Row developers are not going to apologize. The politically correct developers are never going to apologize. It's just not going to happen.
Get out of my sight now! Well, shit.
It's the same thing EA are doing with EAFC 2024. Female and male soccer players can play in the same team as each other in the ultimate team game mode. People were so against it because it's stupid. Oh man, yeah, that's the whole purpose of having both male and female sports is to make them fair and equal. Yeah, that's like that's not a good way to host it like that. I can see why fans got pissed about that.
I'll bury
I might go back to playing Payday 2. How is Payday 3, by the way? Is Payday 3 even good? It's like, I kind of gave up on Payday 3. I would like to see a game about the Korean War. And the thing is, though, is that if they do a Korean War game, do you know who should make a Korean War game? Sledgehammer should do that. The developers who made Call of Duty World War II, but don't make it like Vanguard. What they should do is they should make a Call of Duty Korean War game, and they should make it a sequel to Call of Duty World War II. That's what they should do. And they should bring back the characters from Call of Duty World War II and bring them in the Korean War game. Because Pearson is that type of guy that I can imagine he would definitely fight in Korea. Like, definitely. Like, he would not leave the military. He would still be in the military 5 years later, and he would fight in Korea. And so, like, I would like to see, like, the characters from Call of Duty World War II, like, come back and, like, be in, like, a Korean War game. I'd like to see that. He says LA nowhere. What? Wait, what are you talking about, Michael? What? Yeah, Crime Boss is a good game. I'm enjoying it now. I know it was difficult at launch, but it's actually so much better now. What do I regret buying in the last 5 years and why? Don't include any scams you have fallen for. Any. Here's the thing is, I have purchased some really bad games. But even though I've purchased some really bad games, I don't regret it. Like, for example, I don't regret buying the Saints Row reboot. And the reason I don't regret it is because I knew from the start that it was going to be bad. But the reason that I bought it was for you guys. Because I wanted to do a review of the game. I wanted to play through the game and give the game a chance. And that's primarily why I played it. So I wanted to give the game a chance. Because there was people that were coming to my channel, and like at the start, I said that I was not going to buy the Saints Row reboot. I said I wasn't going to buy it. But then there was people that were coming to my channel, and they were saying, you can't hate on the Saints Row reboot if you hadn't played it professional. You're just ignorant. Give the game a try. Like, there's people coming in my comment section and saying that to me constantly. You're just ignorant. You know, play the Saints Row reboot. Give it a try. You'll like it. Well, I played the Saints Row reboot. I played it from start to finish. And not only that, I pretty much got almost 100%. I got all the activities done. Most of the collectibles. I found all of that stuff. So I played the game a good sum, and I did not enjoy it. Yeah, I didn't. Is the Fallout a dead franchise? No, Fallout is stronger than ever right now. After the Fallout TV show, there's been a huge interest in Fallout, and Fallout 76 players have like doubled since the Fallout TV show has like has went live. So it's guess what happened in Texas, Pat? It's a good one. Yeah, I know. El Chapo's son got arrested, cartel boss. I know about that. And apparently how they got the cartel boss is they basically tricked him into landing in Texas, where he thought that he was landing in Mexico, but they tricked him into landing in Texas. And I know the Mexican government was like really mad about that, saying like that the Texas did not communicate with them at all on that. But honestly is some of the police in Mexico are like very corrupt, and if he had been tipped off about that, he could have very much gotten away. So there's a reason that that Texas probably did not cooperate with the Mexican government when they were arresting him. Dodge Ram Diesel? I've never heard of that. I don't want to sound sexist, but a female soccer player can outstrength and outpace some strong male players in the game. That should not happen. Does that sound a bit sexist? Sorry to female viewers. No, I don't think it's sexist what you said. I will say is there are some female athletes that can, you know, be faster and stronger than male athletes, but it's a very small number. It's like the vast majority of male athletes are just stronger than female athletes. How it is. It's like I'm not trying to sound sexist or anything like that, but just generally in sports, is, you know, male players are just generally stronger and faster in a lot of sports. Okay. Let's go to this part here now. Wait, what? Own Titan? And go to Painted Sky. Is Call of Duty a dead franchise? No, I don't think so. Why are Italian soldiers in World War II often overlooked? Because their army basically collapsed 2 years before the German army did. Maybe I'll play those games one day.
Hey!
Well, I think the Separatists were the good guys in the Clone Wars. In the Star Wars world, I think the Separatists were actually the good guys in that war. What's your question, Mitchell? Is it? Hey, Professional, any thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows getting a backlash from Japan because of Ubisoft making it? Here's what I will say about this is that, about the controversy of Assassin's Creed Shadows, I actually did not know what the controversy was, like, weeks ago, because I wasn't even, like, following the trailers, or, like, but I recently, like, watched a Japanese guy that was explaining the controversy with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and, Yasuke, was a real samurai, that existed back then. I think he was from Cameroon, correct me if I'm wrong, Cameroon, or what, I'm trying to remember, what country was it? Mozambique, that was the country that he was from. I was thinking about what country that he was from. But, the thing about that is that when you're thinking of a game that's taking place in, like, Japan, you know, during, like, the era of the samurai, people are thinking of playing basically as, like, a Japanese samurai. And I know that there's that female ninja that you play as also, but that was basically the main controversy, is that a lot of Japanese players were excited. They were hoping that, you know, they got to the time period of, like, samurai, you know, feudal samurai Japan, but they wanted to play as, like, a Japanese character. You know, Yasuke, I think that Yasuke could have been a character in the game. I think that he could have even been a main character. I don't think there's an issue with that, but I don't think he should have been the protagonist. That's the thing about that. And, you know, some people are making a big deal out of this, and they're saying that this is, like, racist, but I don't think that there's anything racist about it, because, like, Japanese people are getting upset about that. It's, you know, I know the Assassin's Creed games are not supposed to be, like, historically accurate, but it was, like, you're playing, like, a game that takes place in, like, you know, feudal Japan. So, like, people are hoping that you play as, like, a Japanese character. I mean, imagine if you played, like, you know, Ghost of Tsushima, for example, as, like, a white guy. Like, you know, that would just be weird. It would just be dumb. So basically, that's what I'll say about it. Oh, Medal of Honor Airborne, I love that game. It's on my list to play, yes, definitely. You know, one game that people have told me to play? People have told me to play Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. That's what people have told me to play. I haven't played that game yet, but people told me that's a pretty brutal World War II game. Has anybody played Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway? That's what a lot of people have told me to play that game on my channel. I've never played that one, but they told me it's a really good World War II game. I know it has third person and first person to it, but I know there's a lot of gore in that game too. Bro, who did you say is the most evil protagonist in a crime video game? I don't wanna, I would say that... I would say the most evil criminal that I've ever seen in a crime game, ever, I would say would have to be Shang-Chi in Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days. Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days is not a game that a lot of people know, but the main bad guy that you fight in that game, Shang-Chi, is the absolute worst, most evil character I've seen in a crime game. Like, out of all the gangster games I've played, he is the most evil criminal that I've ever seen in a game. Like, Shang-Chi makes Dimitri look like a nice guy. That's how bad Shanxi is. I finally convinced DHC to play Helldivers 2. What can I do to convince the professional to join the fight for democracy and get addicted to liberty? I will add that game to my wish list and I'll check it out when it's on sale, Fernando.
What are you doing?
Wait, what, Nathaniel? What? What taxidermy, Grandma? What are you talking about?
Why did it have to be me again?
Just got paid, here you go. Well, thank you, Sir William. Thanks, man. I mean, Fernando, you beat Kane and Lynch too, right? Would you agree with me that Shanxi is probably, like, the most evil character in, like, crime games? Like, the main bad guy in Kane and Lynch 2? Like, after just what he put Kane and Lynch through? Like, just all of that crap?
Big mistake.
How much is Peter Parker's rent, 2002 Spider-Man? His rent probably was not that bad. Maybe like a few $100s. You know, he wasn't staying in like a, very, expensive looking apartment. Maybe like in that time period, maybe like 700, 800 bucks, like a month. You know, probably not, I guess it depends on the part of town that he was in. You know, this is like over 20 years ago. So times have changed a lot. Does Shang-Chi mean big boss in Mandarin? Is that what it means?
You delivered us our outlaw. Put him in the cell and let him sweat. Whatever it said on the poster, it's all right there for you.
You said that your childhood home was similar to Peter's apartment from Spider-Man 2. Yes, it was. Very similar. The place that I grew up was very similar to where Peter lived in Spider-Man 2. Very similar. Like, the building was extremely similar. Bro, I've been noticing that there is some weird thing going on where it plays like 1 or 2 frames again, and there's like 10 seconds or so. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, I'm sorry about that flickering. Has that really annoyed anybody? Is it annoying in my videos, the flickering? I'm really sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's happening. I'm messing around with my settings. I'm gonna fix it tonight. Because tonight I'm gonna, probably contact one of my friends who's really good with computers and have him, check it out and see if he can fix it. But I'm really sorry about that flickering. I don't know what's causing it. I've checked my updates. I've turned off a few settings in Windows, and it's still doing it. It's annoying. So I'm sorry about the flickering, everyone. I'm gonna try to get rid of it. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm visiting my family right now. Because I'm visiting my family in New York, and so I'm, doing all my videos on my gaming computer, my gaming laptop here, and, I don't know why, I guess it's with this, it's doing it with this specifically. Well, thank you, I'm glad that it doesn't bother everyone that much, but I still want to get rid of it. I don't want that appearing in my video. I'm really enjoying your LA Noire playthrough. Thank you. No, I never played The Devil Inside Me. I never played that one, no. Now what we'll do right now, let's play some poker. We haven't done this in some time. I know people have requested that I play poker.
Well, shit.
No, I thought that I lost interest in the dark pictures. It's just that that I didn't have time to play the new one. You playing Red Dead on the laptop? What kind of monster are you playing on? No. I'm playing the PS4 version of Red Dead, but I'm streaming it to my laptop. So if you know what I mean, I'm playing from my PlayStation directly, but I'm playing through OBS, and I see the game on my laptop, but I'm not playing the PC version of Red Dead. What do you think happened to the 20,000 John gets between Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Redemption 1? Easy. He used that to pay off his loan to the bank. It went to the money to the bank to pay off his loan.
Should have had that last one.
Thank you, Zach. What's for dinner? I'm not sure yet, JB. Context farm? What's context farm? You still eating the Factor stuff? No, I took a break from it because I'm visiting family. But I did like Factor because it was easy meals that you could just make really quickly. Wait, what's wrong, Aussie guy? I'll do Red Dead Revolver one day, yes. Red Dead Revolver is available on the PlayStation Store, right? It's the classics? Like, I can get it on that, right? How do you play poker? Well, just getting good at it. Oh, wow, look at these cards. These are really good cards. Really, really good. What I have right here. Okay, come on, put the money in. Oh, you're gonna fold. Come on. Okay. The only way people can beat me is if they have a flush or a straight, which they probably don't. This is my strategy. When I get really good cards and I know I'm gonna win, I don't go all in. The reason I don't go all in is people fold. What I'll do is I'll make small bets so that people start betting, and I'll bet more over time. gonna bet another $1 here. Hopefully, instead of folding, they bet. Okay, he bet $1 more. Okay. An ace. If somebody has an ace, they could beat me. But still, I'm gonna still risk it because I got really good cards. Oh, oh. And I got a flush too. Okay. See who wins. 3 aces. Oh my god. Oh. The chances of him having that. Oh wait, because I had the ace hard flush. Never mind. I had the flush. Okay. Oh, I ended up winning. Okay, I'm lucky. The flush saved me because I had the flush. I won. Okay. Ooh, that was close.
Want to get to know me better?
No, thank you.
Well, enjoy your boring evening.
Flush is basically when you have the same types of cards. The same symbol. When you have 5 of them, basically the community cards, the cards are in the middle of the table.
I wish they all were as handsome as you.
We all got a flush sometimes. Well, thank you, Maddox, for the for sponsoring my channel for nearly 2 years. Thanks, man. Remember when you got the royal flush in your Scarface 100% completion stream? I do remember that. You've been there. That was years ago. But yep, you have really good memory, Mr. Green.
Am I lucky I ran into you? Feel like having a good time right now?
If Vietnam ever becomes a democracy, what do you think we should do with Ho Chi Minh's cult of personality? It's like Piłsudski's cult of personality in Poland. Well, the thing is though is that I wouldn't necessarily compare like Piłsudski and like Ho Chi Minh because Piłsudski wasn't as ruthless as Ho Chi Minh. You know, Piłsudski was people died in Piłsudski's coup. That did happen, but you know, Piłsudski didn't he did put political prisoners in prison, but I wouldn't say that it was to the degree of like Ho Chi Minh, for example, too. And it's kind of ironic because Ho Chi Minh though is a communist dictator, but people in Poland see Piłsudski as like a national hero because of the fact that he protected Poland from a Soviet invasion from communists. So that's why he's fairly popular. But some people don't like Piłsudski. Some people hate him and they call him like a socialist. But generally, I think that Piłsudski was a little bit kind of ruthless in some ways, but I do think that he did more good than bad. Oh, that's just my opinion on him. I'm folding here. The card's not gonna win. What about Ho Chi Minh's like cult of personality? If Vietnam ever becomes a democracy, I don't think like the statues and stuff like that, you should be like removing them. Like you know, maybe put them in museums and stuff like that, but like don't destroy them. That's what I'll say about it. Ho Chi Minh technically did fight for independent Vietnam. He did fight against the French, which the French were occupying his country. But I would say it was just his ties to the Soviet Union, and then later, like, you know, just forcing communism on Vietnam. What he did is, he did some good things, but I would say that personally the bad things that he did, are bigger than than the good things that he did. I mean, what do you think, Gunner? Oh, cards are crap, but I might get a straight. What's your question, Phoenix? Is it cool if I super chat ways to handle narcissists? That's fine, man. Wait, what's Aussie guy's comment? Let me see. Aussie guy, can you comment one more time, please? Yeah, a lot of them were brainwashed college kids. And the thing about this is is that's actually what the fascist movements and the communist movements, the similarities between them is that both of them had brainwashed college students that were basically the muscle for those organizations. So literally is literally if you look at like the people that were going around in like the Nazi party and just beating up like Jewish people in the streets, this is before the Nazis like fully took over power in Germany. A lot of these guys, these were like college kids that were doing this stuff. And if you look at a lot of the communist movements, it was also college kids that were doing a lot of this stuff. I'll bet here.
Reckon he's got enough for two this one.
Wait, what, Mason? Evans. Oh, he had cards there.
Put my boots.
Why do communist militaries have political officers or commissars in them? Just so that they can keep pushing their ideology of the regime onto the soldiers. Because if the soldiers are not brainwashed into the ideology of the regime, they might go against the regime, and that's a threat to the regime's power. It's the same reason on why the SS were trying to Nazify pretty much the vast majority of the Nazi military. The SS were really political officers too. They were political propagandists too. They were war criminals. They were also the guys who were spreading around the political propaganda in the German army. So you had the commissars in the Soviet army that were spreading communist propaganda, and then you had the SS who were spreading Nazi propaganda. Aussie guy, what's your question? Did you comment yet? What's my opinion on Mr. Boss? I don't really like talking about channels too much. The thing about this, Ryan, is I will tell you is the channels that I personally know, if you don't hear me talking about the channels that I personally know, it means I generally don't like them. So if there's a channel that I know, that I'm aware of, and I don't talk about that channel, generally I don't like the channel. So if it's a channel I don't talk about, it's generally a channel that I don't like. I don't really like talking about channels that I don't like, because I don't like giving them attention. That's, Is poker a good way to make money? Not in Reddit Online. It's just like a more fun activity to do, but... Okay, now I got something. Okay. Can you give my YouTube channel a shout out? Sure, Aussie Guy. Make sure you guys check out Aussie Guy's channel. He's in the comment section there. If you want, I could probably link your channel also, Aussie Guy. Oh, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this hand. There we go. I got a lot of money here. I nearly doubled my money. I'm gonna leave.
Oh, were you back in town?
What's your PSN, Sir William? Did my father ever assault people, protesters, when he was in the Polish military? No. No, my dad was a lot of times in jail when he was, younger. He wasn't, like, a criminal or anything like that. But my dad is that type of guy that he will not take BS at all, and he will basically call stuff out. So if he thinks that somebody is, like, an idiot, if he thinks, like, a politician is an idiot, for example, he'll call a politician an idiot. And my dad really does not like communists. Like, he really, really does not like communism. He really doesn't like communists. And so you can imagine why my dad was in jail a lot in Poland. It was my dad when my dad was in the military, he would constantly trash talk communists. He would constantly trash talk communist leaders, and so he constantly kept getting arrested for that. He never got kicked out of the military. It was kind of like a military jail, so he'd be like sitting there for maybe like a month or two. He'd get out, and then, you know, he'd go back to military service, so he never really got kicked out of the military, but it was because he would just trash talk communists so much that he would constantly keep getting thrown in jail. Wait, what picture, Fernando? Do you think that people who fake their cancers are scumbags? Yes. 100%. Wait, Sir William, what's your PSN again? Can you tell me? GTA 5 PS4 remaster, maybe PS5 remaster, maybe one day. I don't think I really have a, I don't think I really have a favorite faction in Battlefield 1. Maybe the US military, in Battlefield 1. I'm going to soon, you know, ask for the plaque for 1 million subscribers, yes.
Welcome.
Wait, is there a space, Sir William? Oh yeah, that boogie guy. That was the guy who, was lying about that cancer, right? That was him? World at War, I will probably do it in September. Did Hitler supply drugs? Well, Hitler was a meth addict, and a lot of the SS were actually on meth.
Won't be the last time either.
Hitler was a drug user. Even Call of Duty is turning into Fortnite? No, I wouldn't say it like that, but it's getting, like, a lot of these anime skins that it's, like, doing, and just these packs, and just constantly pushing the Battle Royale, like abandoning DMZ, for example, is doing Battle Royale. That was not a good move at all, doing something like that. Live Filter 3, yes. People have requested that. I could probably do that, yeah. You might not get another chance playing World at War. What do you mean reward? I might not get another chance. No, Isaiah. Yes, Gunner, you know, I don't know how people can pretend to be, like, veterans when they weren't veterans. Okay, yep. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why he wanted to attack me. I ended up strangling him to death. I guess blackjack is a good way to make caps, but eventually you get kicked out of the casino. Wait, I left stream without answering your question. What's your question, Life MJ? MJ, I'm not ignoring you. There's a lot of people there are asking. What do I do in DMZ? I do a lot of things. I do make money. Sometimes fight other players. Do missions. Well, I haven't really been editing videos that often because I've just been focused on these playthroughs. But I have a lore video that I'm actually making soon. A lot of YouTube pranksters or idiots who harass people. Sociopathic ways to deal with narcissists. Take away their narcissist supply. Charm and disarm to show people you are good and they are bad. Yeah. Well, when a narcissist really has no support, they are gonna collapse. What's the difference between dictatorship and communism? Dictatorship is basically when you have, you know, one man controlling a very authoritarian government. Have no, you don't have the right to choose your government. The government will just always stay in power unless it's overthrown or collapses. And communism is basically a form of dictatorship. So it's like one form of a dictatorship. It's an economic ideology, but it's always a dictatorship as well. Is Becker in Max Payne 3 a psychopath? I think that Victor Bronco is a psychopath in Max Payne 3. We don't know that much about Becker, but yeah, he's a really bad guy too. Okay, Sir William. Is Dr. Fontaine a psychopath? He could be. He's very manipulative. Did Life with MJ post this question? They've probably gone to a power struggle, Gunner. Why was Max Payne hired by Victor Bronco to be his fall guy? Probably sometime next month, Mark. Well, Shaanxi was the Chinese government in Kane and Lynch 2. Shaanxi is like some kind of governor or dictator. We don't know exactly what his rank in the Communist Party of China is, but he's like a really top politician in the Communist Party of China, and he's in the Politburo, which is like, you know, the big organization for the communists in China. He's a fictional character in Kane and Lynch 2, but he's like a really big guy in the Communist Party in China. He's like a really powerful politician. Aaron Keener from Division 1. He's definitely a narcissist and a sociopath too. I don't know about a lot of his goals, but okay. Did Life with MJ ever post? Looking for Life with MJ's comment, but and guys, if I don't ever read your comment, don't think I'm ignoring you. There's just so many people that are posting, and it's just hard for me to read everyone's comments. But I'm trying my best to be fair to everyone. Oh yeah, Bedbug probably left the Viceroys. Would I get sued for copyright because there's a music artist called Orion's Son? I didn't even know that when I made this roleplay character on my channel, which have been around for years. Probably not, because a lot of times musicians have very similar names to other musicians. It's like a very gray area. The only time that you could get sued is if you are proven that you are if they can prove that you copied your name off of that other musician, and that if you make like music that's very similar to that other musician, then you might be in trouble. Well, other than that, probably not. There are musicians that have very similar names to other musicians, and they're fine. It just, yeah, but that's a gun channel, Zach. Yeah, I guess, Gunner, they can't. I don't know who that is, Lamar. Well, yeah, the SS are the guys that you fight at the very end of World at War in the final mission. Yes. More of it, BK, but it's like there's no market in a communist society. It's all government controlled. Russia isn't an isolationist country. North Korea is.
You lose a bet or something like that?
Okay, I'm just gonna check if I see Life with MJ's comment. Don't see right now here. Okay, well, if I didn't answer your question, I'll answer it next time, Life of MJ. But I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for watching the stream. I'm just gonna get some food to eat, and I'll have another stream on Sunday. I'm gonna have the GTA lore video this weekend. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.